Hello, everyone. My guest today is Stephen Culp. He's a business and civic entrepreneur, a former U.S. Navy Reserve officer, U.S. Peace Corps volunteer, Stanford-educated attorney, and NCAA Division I fencer. Stephen is also co-founder of PriceWaiter, Delegator, ProDiligence, Smart Furniture, and Chattanooga Renaissance Funds 1 and 2, along with the nonprofit venture Causeway and CF Smackdown. Stephen, your plate is full, man. Are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, the plate is full. You're right. Let's add to
it. Let's talk about PriceWaiter, since that's the company. So what does the company do, and what's your revenue model? How do you make money?
Yeah, so PriceWaiter helps save people money by negotiating better deals for them on virtually any product, anywhere on the web, simply, quickly, privately. It doesn't yet have every product in its database, but we're adding thousands every day. Revenue model is we take a commission on the sale, so the consumer doesn't pay anything. The retailer pays us, but it's absolutely worth it for them because they have no cost of acquisition whatsoever.
Yeah. So actually walk me through the case study here. So I'm on your website. Let's use the Ray-Ban example. There is a price, the Justin Classic Silver for $143. Is Ray-Ban paying you for a widget to put on their website where people can make an offer? Oh yeah. So who's paying you?
Yeah. So the retailer who takes the deal, who negotiates the best deal for you as a shopper, is the one who pays us. So the way this works, now a quick background, PriceWaiter originally started as a pure SaaS product, a widget on a retailer's site. Retailers were paying us really so that they could keep comparison shopping from stealing all their customers away. It was very in that phase one. Phase two is something that's a little more disruptive, we might say, and that is a little more shopper focused, but also serves retailers. Let me explain what that means. So if you are a shopper, you're shopping on the web, even including Amazon.com, you find those Ray-Bans you're talking about, you'll see a widget if you have the PriceWaiter browser extension installed, and that's a critical factor. You'll see a little banner pop down that says make an offer or name your price. And it'll oftentimes actually even have like a recommended price in there. You just name your price, you click submit. In most cases, we will have almost a real-time negotiation take place. PriceWaiter does the hard work. That is negotiated between us and a slew of pretty heavily vetted retailers that we have that sell authentic products, that are certified, authorized retailers. The best, and actually you can have a number of counter offers, but the best offer comes back. You can either accept it or move on.
Okay, so let me digest this. On the consumer side, anyone listening right now that shops a lot, you'd have to install the Chrome extension, PriceWaiter. You currently have, I think, about 2,900, according to Google, 2,900 people that have installed that thing. If that extension is in your Chrome browser, and I go to, I'm going to make this up, I'm going to go to Amazon.com to buy a pair of Ray-Bans. I can essentially click that. Will your thing automatically appear saying make an offer, or I have to click the little mustache in the pink circle to activate this?
Good question. If it is a product that we have within our universe of products that we can save you money on, the banner will pop down. If it's not, you won't even know we're there.
Okay. So how do you convince consumers to install this unless you can confidently say you're going to be able to use it every time you make an online purchase? We have every product cataloged.
Yeah. Well, there are different models, different ways to approach this. There are destination sites that try to do negotiation, and the flaw of that is, they have to have every product in their database for it to be a satisfying experience. But we don't, because it's a quiet presence in your browser, and it only appears when there is a relevant product. With that said, if you were a consumer who wanted it to be appearing all of the time, I would say just be patient. We're adding thousands of products every single day, and just to kind of add to a number you cited a second ago with the roughly 3,000 users of the browser extension. That is something we're just now launching, but we have about 400,000 users of our phase one SaaS product.
That's great. And sorry, I hate to keep pushing on the use case here, but I want to make sure I really understand it. So if we go down the Ray-Ban deal, can you name a retailer that you have approved that you know carries Ray-Ban products, just for the sake of the example?
Yeah, let's say Gaffos, for example.
Gaffos. Okay. So I go to and describe Gaffos, Gaffos.
Yes.
Okay, Gaffos. So I'm here. Official site of order authentic designer order authentic designer sunglasses online. Okay, so I'm on Gaffos. I'm clicking the men's. I'm going to Ray-Bans. I see a product here that I want to purchase. It is cataloged by your thing. So I'm going to go after the Moto 4500 rectangle eyeglasses. It's listed for $291. What you're saying is that's automatically cataloged. I'll see a pop down that you show, and your pop down will say what?
Make an offer.
Just make an offer.
Yeah.
So I'll say $1 because I love free, and 0 feels like I'm being too cheap. So I'll put $1. Then what?
In some cases, you'll see something that'll prompt you and say that's unrealistic. Offer. In other cases, you'll see a recommended offer, kind of already pre-filled. But we will try to kind of help you through that. But even if you do a $1 offer, and there are people who do $1 offers, and it doesn't generally get them a $1 pair of sunglasses, the retailers can counter. So it's really a good way to just have retailers and shoppers be able to engage. Let me tell you what is really kind of the most disruptive thing about this. Is that all right?
Can I give you one other example, though, to see if I hit it more spot on, and then you go?
Yeah, sure.
So this Moto 4500 rectangle eyeglasses, let's say I saw it's listed here on Gaffos for $291. Let's say I saw it somewhere else for $230. If I typed $229 in here, your architecture probably knows that other cheaper $230 price point, and you're going to tell them. And is that what you're trying to do? Is Gaffos still wants the sale? They know that I know about the cheaper price because I put that in as my bid, and you're going to help Gaffos somehow try and keep the sale.
What I'm telling you is that you as a shopper can shop wherever you want for whatever you want. And if you find that product on Amazon.com or randomsite.com, and we carry that in our universe of products, then a little banner will appear that will allow you to make an offer on it. You don't need to worry about anything else. At that point, we go out there and negotiate with the retail partners that we have and come back to you with the best price, which you can accept or move on with.
Why not just say the best price, though, to start? That's where I'm confused. Why does the consumer have to guess what to offer first?
There are a lot of reasons. And as I say, for one thing, we do kind of recommend a price if a consumer doesn't like the game of negotiating. You'd be really surprised how many do like it.
I can imagine. It's
a virtual sport, and there's a ton of psychology in just kind of getting the win. But for say from a retailer's perspective, from a seller's perspective, in the world of the internet, which is the most efficient market in history, right? There is the risk of just with comparison shopping sites and whatnot, a side-by-side race to the bottom on prices. So retailers don't want to just say, hey, go straight to my best price. What is interesting about this, among other things, for a seller, is there is some nuance in the discounting that they have total control over versus, let's just say, a Black Friday sale or a clearance page where they're generally just guessing a discount level that then applies to all of the products they're selling for that level. And they're probably leaving margin on the table. So we're allowing negotiation, which is, and this is important, as old as trade.
Yeah.
Negotiation's been happening forever. We're going to have much sort of simpler, quicker, private fashion. And that private aspect of it is really important. And I'd be happy to talk to you about why.
Tell me first how you make money.
Yeah, so we make a commission on every sale that goes through PriceWaiter. That money comes from the retailers who are not paying otherwise any acquisition costs whatsoever.
Okay, that would be Gaffos or Ray-Ban?
That would be whoever sells the product to the shopper. So in your example, it would be Gaffos if Gaffos provided the best deal to that shopper.
Okay, so I could be on Gaffos and you sell me this pair of glasses through your widget from sunglasses.com. In that case, sunglasses.com would be getting paid and you'd be taking your commission from them.
Yeah. So think about this to some extent as a playing field leveler. I come from an e-commerce background, started a furniture company, like you mentioned. That company is Smart Furniture. They are incredibly scrappy. They have almost all the brands that are sought after by a certain segment of the market, and they provide excellent customer service. They face Wayfair as competition, for example. Wayfair has $1 billion marketing budget. Wayfair may not have some of those benefits that Smart Furniture offers. What this does is allow Smart Furniture the opportunity to earn that business, leveling the playing field, basically making it a merit-based exercise.
Yep. And you don't have to give me a specific here, but generally, I mean, are we talking 1% or 10%? What general commission are you typically taking?
Somewhere in between there, yeah.
Okay.
But almost in every case, it's going to be better than what they would have paid had they paid for ads or been some sort of affiliate arrangement or whatever. So,
okay. Can you narrow that any bit more? Could we say between like 2 and 6%? Is that fair? I won't push harder. Okay, I promise I won't go any further. 2 to 6%. Okay, good. And is that your only? It sounds like you've pivoted a few times. So is any revenue coming in via a SaaS model still, or no? It's all commission based.
Yeah, absolutely. And this wasn't a pivot. This was a planned for sort of phase 2.
Okay.
Phase 1 taught us a ton about really phase 1 started with almost any kind of call to action on a product page. It turns out negotiation won by far. That's what people liked to do, liked to engage with. And interestingly enough, it turned out that the revenue that retailers were earning through this SaaS product, they themselves classified as accretive or incremental revenue, meaning not cannibalizing their existing sales on top of their existing sales. That is a surprise to us, and it was a surprise to us because we came in assuming there'll be some level of cannibalization. Like, why would you not negotiate on a product right there, in the card or on the product page if you couldn't?
So who is this even? I don't understand. Who was paying? Was Gaffos paying a monthly fee for the SaaS platform, or the consumers were paying a SaaS fee?
In the phase 1 version of PriceWaiter, the retailer was paying a monthly fee plus a commission.
Oh, I see. And now, so are they still paying a flat fee as well and a commission, or no?
They're just paying a commission. So this is very much an easier sale to a retailer. So the phase 1 product, a SaaS product, as you know, requires some level of coding. Oftentimes it was just clicking a button because we are in the Shopify, BigCommerce app stores. But for others, it might have been a little more complex, and we actually had to take a little bit of real estate on their site. As for PriceWaiter, for this phase 2, we call PriceWaiter Market. All they have to do is say, yes, I would love a crack at my competitors' customers. Here's a product feed, ta-da. And they give us some more information around what types of discounts they're comfortable with. But again, to your earlier point, we don't go straight to the bottom. We try to help find the best deal for both sides.
Yeah, you're trying to, Steve Bezos always says, your margin is my lunch. You're trying to say, okay, we'll try and help you save a little margin with some smart negotiation here and some psychology.
Yeah, this may sound cliched and like quixotic and whatever, naive. We really are trying to help both sides of a transaction. We just are trying to foster more and better transactions across the web and ultimately beyond. And so far, that is what has played out because the consumer saves money. The retailer gets a sale they wouldn't have had before, most of the time at a discount less than they would have been willing to offer. And then in a sort of more obscure case, the manufacturers, some of whom are, obsessive about minimum advertised pricing, MAP policies, they get to benefit from an additional sale that is private. And even if it's a discounted rate, that's not, published across the web. And there's no brand, undermining there for them. So we come to this, I would say, from a sort of respectfully disruptive standpoint, because we have been shoppers, we have been retailers, we've actually been a manufacturer. I've started companies that do all those things. So we understand the dynamics there, and we want to serve all of those parties well.
And can you give me a sense? So you mentioned some kind of scale number, so we get a sense of that. You said 400,000 kind of total users. How many retails, or does that matter? Do you need Gaffos' buy-in to do this, or can you just go scrape the data and do it anyway?
We want their buy-in.
Okay. And so how many of them do you have?
Hundreds.
Okay, hundreds. Got it.
And really, ultimately, it comes down to product coverage, and that's what we're looking for. To your earlier point, we want a shopper to be able to see that drop down, say, hey, make an offer on this product more and more often. You were talking to me within weeks of the launch of this product. So as I say, we are adding products like what you see behind me is likely people adding retailers as we speak, so that experience is better and better.
That's great. And over the past 12 months, how many kind of accepted offers have gone through the platform? You put some numbers on the website, but I just wanted to confirm with you.
Yeah, like past 12 months, the tens of thousands of orders have gone through.
Okay. Can you quantify that though? You quantify some on your website in terms of the actual 6 million in savings, 300 million in offers. How many of the 300 million in offers were actually accepted?
Oh, okay. So we've had about 100,000 orders go through. The total revenue amount there is in the hundreds of millions, I believe. Let me think about that. Yeah, I may need to get back to you on that one.
That's okay. Is it above 100 million or close?
Let's say it's close.
It's really close. Okay, cool. And the reason what I'm actually trying to do is kind of get kind of average order size, right? So 100,000 and 100 million. So it's like on average $100 kind of priced products, something like that.
Yeah, it kind of goes across the whole gamut. You would be really surprised. On any given day, we'll have people negotiate on, engagement rings for like $12,000 engagement rings, or literally $2 watch batteries. And that's where the psychology of this comes in. You look at that and you say, why? Why would they do that? Well, here's why. They like the win. They like the sport.
No, I get it. I totally get it. It makes sense to me. And then Stephen, look, you mentioned 2 to 6% earlier. If you're pushing $100 million, that's basically $2 million right there. You'll break $2 million in revenue this year.
We'll see about that. I hope so.
Okay. How much? I'm curious. The SaaS product revenue. How high did you grow that to until you said, okay, we're just going to move to pure commission based?
We grew it high enough to where we could sustain our business well enough to move to phase 2.
Is it churning out though?
Is it still going?
Like if Gaffos was paying you a SaaS fee and now they're like, wait, I saw you just updated. You're only doing commission with new partners. We only want to pay commission now too. Is the SaaS revenue churning?
So phase 1 still exists. So the SaaS product still exists and is still a good product for a retailer to have on their site. And in fact, if they have the SaaS product, we give them certain benefits and priorities for the browser extension-based product. So we still have a growing base of retailers using the PriceWaiter SaaS product, and the business case is still there. Everybody's still happy with it. Just as a relatively fast-growing, smaller company, our priority right now, as you're speaking to me, is on this newer product because we think it can grow faster and serve consumers at scale.
What bootstrapped today, or have you raised capital?
We've raised capital.
How much?
Couple million.
Okay, couple million. And then team size, what are you at today?
Team between 10 and 20.
And where's everyone based?
We are based in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and in Washington State.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, I love that. And okay, so you said between 10 and 20 employees split between those two? That's right. Why the two low? So you're in Chattanooga. What's in Washington?
Talented team that we've known for a long time that likes to live in Washington.
Co-founder up there or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's why. Yeah. Very good. All right, let's wrap up with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Probably 0 to 1.
That's a good one. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Musk.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your business?
Gosh.
What do you use for like sprint planning, product roadmap?
Yeah, Asana.
Okay.
And what's funny about that, we used to hate
it. That's funny. All right, Asana. And how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
That's a more complicated question, man. I've got 3 toddlers at home.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, it could be anywhere from 1 hour to 6.5.
Jeez. Okay. And so married, 3 kids?
Yeah.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am approaching a half a century old.
50 years young. All right, last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
I wish my 20-year-old self knew that it would be important to have some sort of consistent thread from throughout my career path. I've been more someone who would jump at things that I was curious at or I thought might be difficult challenges. And while that's entertaining, it's not the most efficient path.
Guys, have a consistent, if you can, thread through your career. PriceWaiter launched a couple of years ago. They're now working with over 400,000 consumers, helping them get better deals. They've processed over the past 12 months about 100,000 unique offers to these consumers. Again, partner with hundreds of retailers like Gaffos that sell millions and millions of different product lines. The way that Stephen makes money is he takes anywhere between 2 and 6% of the sale that he's driving these retailers that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And he also has a legacy SaaS product that continues to do well. Stephen, thanks for taking us to the top.
All right. Thank you. Good talking with you.